The only person who knows what's best for you is yourself. I'm gonna repeat that for the people in the back. The only person who knows what's best for you is yourself. You. Yeah, that's right, because you know of your circumstances, you know of your dreams, you know of your capabilities, you know of your successes, you know of your failures, and people, they just get a little piece of that. They just get maybe 10%, not even that. People don't know. They don't know. They think they know. They might think they know, and they might have good intentions, trying to help you, trying to lead you to a good place. But at the end of the day, you know what's best for you, and you know what you want. And you have to walk with confidence. You have to walk with the knowing that you know who you are, and you know what you want, and you know what's best. So what do you want from your life? What do you want? Tell yourself right now, write it down. Sit down for 10 minutes, an hour, a whole day, and think about it. What do you want for yourself? What is the best for you? You know, one thing that really pisses me off about not only other people, but myself included, is when I go around asking people for their opinion on my life. And I do it. Personally, I do it because I don't know what other people know. I don't know what I don't know. You know, maybe the next person is gonna have an amazing piece of advice that's like mind-blowing, and it's gonna give me like the best opportunities, and like it's gonna expand my worldview and make me wiser and smarter. But that barely happens. That barely happens. Like 97 out of 100 times, what happens is I am demotivated. I am said that I can't. I am said that no, do that one. No, but that's too hard. No, but that's the other one. And you know what? I don't think that people mean any harm. I don't think that people, you know, like they look at me and they say, no, don't follow your dreams. Don't do this. Don't do that. I don't think they do it out of like malice, out of I don't want Yasmin to succeed. I think they do it out of a place of, you know, love, of like, no, Yasmin. I think they're thinking of themselves, you know, they're thinking like, oh, I wouldn't do that, you know. But you're not dumb. You're not dumb. So you can't really go around asking people for their opinion on your life. You can't really go around being like, should I do this, should I do that? You have to know. You have to know. You already know. You already know what you want. But a lot of times you go and you tell people what you want. No. You have to know. You already know. You already know. Let's be so for real. You already know what you want. And even if you don't, you have an idea. I know you do. You know, I know you do. Because ever since I was a kid, I always knew I didn't want to be an astronaut, for example. I always knew I wanted to be somewhere in entertainment. I always knew I wasn't born to be a lawyer or something. I don't know. I could have followed that path. I could have because of the money. But it's not something that I truly wanted, you know? Like, although I wasn't sure of which part of the entertainment industry I wanted to be in, I already knew I wanted to be in entertainment. And I still do. And so even if you aren't sure, I know you have, at least you have an idea. I know you at least have an idea. And with that idea, you can start to experiment. You can start to go around and see what works for you, what doesn't. And sure, you can definitely go and take other people's point of view, 100%, but don't absorb it. Don't take every single person's view of you, every single person's view of your life as, oh yeah, this is a hardcore truth. Because those people aren't you. They don't talk like you. They don't have your experiences. They don't live like you. They don't move like you. They don't know of your backstory. And even if they do, it's impossible for everyone to know everything about you. I lived with my mother for 18 years, and there's so many things that happened in those 18 years that she doesn't know. Same thing with my sister. Same thing with my friends. Same people with literally everyone else, because you can't know everything about someone. You can't know all of their experiences. You can't know all of everything. You can't know everything. So therefore, the way you view yourself should be the most important, because you know everything. You know all the context necessary. You can definitely take advantage of other people's, you know, experiences and others people's point of view, but don't take everything. Don't absorb everything. The other day, I was talking to this one older lady, and I was telling her of my possible plans of going to university to be an English teacher, and she told me I couldn't. She told me I couldn't, but I can. I speak English because like I'm not living in an English speaking country as of now. I am living in Spain, and she told me I couldn't, but I very well can. And but she doesn't know that, you know, she doesn't know that. And I think that's where it all goes, you know, like she didn't come from a place of harm. That old lady is very lovely, and I am 100% sure she loves me very much. She was coming from a place of worry that I was trying to reach, you know, like too hard to a place I was trying to reach somewhere I couldn't go, but I can. She just doesn't know. And I didn't explain it to her. I was kind of upset she said that. But after thinking a little bit, you know, like after looking at things from her point of view, she doesn't know. She doesn't know of my story. She doesn't know of my circumstances. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't know anything about me. She knows like 5% of my life that I let her know from the few times we sat down and spoke about my life, which I don't talk too much about my life. But she didn't know. And she was not coming from a place of harm, but it was definitely kind of harmful to me because I was really upset the whole day. And I told my mom, and my mom was like, no, of course not. Of course you can. Of course you can. Did she go to university? And I was like, no. It was a very heavy emotional moment for me, okay? She was like, did you go to university? And I was like, no. So? And I was like, my mom is very aggressive with her love. But she told me that I 100% could. And this old lady just didn't know. She just didn't know. And I know of my capabilities. And that's the important part. And she asked me, what do I want? She told me, Min, what do you want from your life? And I told her what I wanted, which I won't tell you guys. It's a secret. It's a secret. Unless I get 1,000 subscribers by tomorrow, it's gonna stay a secret. Anyways, so subscribe right now. Subscribe so I can tell you my secrets. Okay. She asked me, what do you want? And this is what I want to ask you now. What do you want? What is it that you want? What is it that you want? I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to answer me. And if you can't answer me in those 10 seconds, feel free to pause, think about it, I don't know, write it down, whatever you want. But just what you want. Not what your mother wants, not what your family wants, not what you, oh my god, my mom and my dad did this, so why should you? No, what do you want from your life? Because this is your life. And you're gonna die, okay? You're gonna die. In the next 80 years, you're probably gonna be dead. Let's be so for real. In 80 years, you're probably gonna be dead. So you might as well do what you want, you know? So what do you want? What do you want? 10 seconds. Okay, I wasn't counting. I don't know if it's been 10 seconds, but regardless, do you know what you want? Now, how are you gonna get there? How are you gonna get there? These are the things that you need to know. You need to know what you want and how you're gonna get there. And you know what? Maybe you just have the first step. Maybe the how, it's kind of complicated. Maybe the how depends on some kind of external force. I don't know. Even if you don't have the how, if you know what you want and you start heading towards it, that's enough. Even if it's just 1%. Even if your goal is to become ripped, but right now you're like morbidly obese, going to the doctor is your first step and it's good enough. If you're, I don't know, man, I don't know, like whatever you want is attainable. Whatever you want is attainable. And you can. You are capable. You are capable. You are perfectly capable. No matter what anyone says, you can. Whatever you want, you are able to achieve. You can. You can, and you should go after what you want. You should always go after what you want. Stop asking people who aren't you. Stop asking people who don't know of your life, who don't know who you are, for advice. And stop taking every single negative comment negative feedback, every negative, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, stop taking it too hard, because you can. You are more than capable. You can. And I'm telling you right now, you are capable to be just as successful as anyone else. Okay, because everyone has capability. Everyone. I believe in you, and you have to believe in yourself too. That's the most important. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I believe you or not, to be honest. I could sit here and tell you, don't do anything, don't do it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter, because you have to trust yourself. You're the one who have to trust you. You. So, I want you to sit down and try to organize your life. You can do this. You can. And I want you to keep this in mind. And to every single day you wake up and remember to trust yourself and to go towards where you want. Where are you headed? Only you know. Anyways, this is all I had to say. Thank you for watching. You guys are very lovely. If you liked the video, feel free to leave a like and write it down in the comments. And if you didn't like, you can also write it down in the comments. It's okay. I will read it. I might be rude about it, but it's okay. You can do that. That's allowed. Anyways, bye-bye. Subscribe. What you want to do, what you want to do, what you want to do.